this game?
We didn't close the second quarter well. Third quarter, we didn't protect the basket the first few minutes. Then fought back, got it to a one possession game. And now, obviously we're going to have to shoot the ball better than we did tonight.
You guys were so good on the boards against Cleveland. They do a good job of keeping Mitch at bay there.
We out-rebounded them, but, the thing is, the discrepancy on the threes is a lot of ground to make up. If they're making 13 and we're making 7, and then, 29 free throws, so we're giving them a lot. Some were, fouls at the end.
When Jimmy goes down there with about 5 minutes left, what were you thinking, and was there any effort to say, hey, we need to go attack him?
Well, we try to put him into situations, but he's good. He's a good player. He's still going to find ways to do things.
Tom, I know threes are shooting in a ball game, but is there anything else you can do in terms of should they be taking better threes? Are you looking for better threes?
Well, the game tells you what to do. So if you're open, you got to let it go. They're going to collapse. It reads, and that's it.
Coach, Obi gave you a lot of minutes in the third quarter. He took him out for a blow, but he was the only one that was sort of hitting his threes. He didn't come back in. What was your thought?
Yeah, just small? Matching up the way they were.
Coach, back here. Early third quarter, they seem to have a lot of success leaking out after jump shots, Jimmy in particular getting out there. What can you do to
that's what I mentioned earlier, protecting the basket's the first priority, so having floor balance.
Tom, you guys only shot 28% in the first round from three also. Is there anything you're seeing in terms of the three right now for you?
Yeah, now, if they're open, you got to shoot them.
Tom, early in the game, you guys were kind of hitting the paint, finding shooters, finding cutters. What did you see the change in the offensive process kind of in that fourth quarter when you weren't getting crowded?
You got to shoot the ball well, but I had 60 points in the paint, so that part was good. I want to take a look at the film. Seemed like there was a lot of contact that we didn't get.
Coach, you mentioned matchups in the fourth quarter, but Obi, 18 points, 8 rebounds in the game. How did you feel about his play during the game?
I thought he played very well, very well. Yeah.
What did you see from Jalen today? Do you think Miami did anything to get him out of rhythm?
No, not really. I mean they're going to make him work, but that's what he faces every game, So take a look at, he didn't make his threes, but for the most part, I thought they were great looks. He shot, over 40% for 82 games, so we got a lot of confidence in him shooting the ball.
Tom, you obviously wanted to match up Butler's minutes with Hart's. How married are you to that game plan? Consider guys want to get more shooting on the floor. That's one way to go.
It's a good question. It's Josh has shown that he's a good shooter, so we can't hesitate. We're still working Quentin back. So, and the thing about Butler is his size too. His size is a big thing.
Tom, was Julius close at all today, and how much do you miss him today?
I don't know how close. I know he worked out before, and I just trust him and the medical staff to make that decision. So if he could go, I planned both ways. I planned with him going and planned if he didn't go. So, once they make a decision, that's it, and you live with it and you get ready with what you have. And so we have more than enough.
All right, thanks, Tips.
Yep.
Miami heads into hear from the man himself.
More a surprise for your team, or is it just sort of like you expect because of how this run has gone since the play?
Yeah, it's the playoffs, number one. You expect it to be tough. Two, just because the regular season didn't go the way we wanted to go or other people wanted to go, doesn't mean that we weren't developing grit and tough habits and good things. So it wasn't just from the play-in. But we were expecting this game to be like this. It's going to be a cage fight. It's clean, competitive basketball. We have great respect for the Knicks and how they play, how they operate, how they compete. And they jumped on us in the first quarter. Because they do good things. They're very aggressive. To hang in there and understand it's a long game, and we started to get a little bit more of, to our game in the second quarter, and in the second half we just, were able to get a lot more defensive stops that I think took a little bit of pressure off our offense, and then we made some timely plays. I mean, it probably started with, Kevin Love's rebounding and outlet passes. We were able to get some relief points, which is tough to get, against this team. And then a lot of different contributions. Gabe was really good. Jimmy obviously was Jimmy. Max hit some big shots, and then Kyle in the fourth quarter, was so important. We were able to get the ball to him, and he made a lot of important plays. Yeah, no idea. You just don't know. With ankle sprains. I don't even know if we'll know more by tomorrow. We'll just have to see. It'll be a waiting game. But he did not want to come out of the game, so we left him in there.
They had 40 points in the first half.
Yeah.
20 in the second half. What was not going well, and what kicked their goals?
That number jumped out at halftime. For large parts of the season, we were top of the league in points per paint allowed, and it was around 40, and they got our average in the first half. But that's what they do. They're an aggressive, attacking, assaulting team. And you have to do your work early. You have to put bodies in front. And you have to be able to make plays defensively without fouling, which is a whole lot easier said than done, considering how aggressive and crafty they are. But at the point of attack, we're much more competitive in the second half. Caleb, Jimmy, Gabe, Bam in his moments, and then Kyle in the fourth quarter made, 3 or 4 veteran, physical, heady plays, savvy plays defensively that you can't really teach. You have to match competitive wills with competitive wills, and Kyle's one of those kind of guys.
The Order series was, so much offensive against Milwaukee. Does it take a minute when you start the next series to kind of get it back? Sort of need to play in this round?
Yeah, but I wouldn't just assume that each game is going to look like this. We've played these guys 4 times during the regular season, and 2 of the games were in the mud like this, the throwback Heat Knicks that you would expect, and then we had 2 shootouts. Basically, both teams feel confident in their offenses. Both teams can put some pressure on the other team. And in the playoffs, when we're talking about short sample sizes, the game will be whatever it'll be, and you have to just find a way to conquer it.